For some, the need for control is the reason they are prone to, what do they call it? I don't know what the euphemism is these days for deleting oneself. It's the need for control, though. It's like chasing the adrenaline rush, because you know if that is your end, at least you're gonna feel good. Because when you get an adrenaline rush, you feel good. At least initially, right? So it's like chasing that rush feeling to say like, hey, if this is the end by this crazy method, right? And then you end up one of the people on the news or in the timeline, and folk be like, look at that stupid ish that person did. Like, they knew they was taking a risk. You still are like, I don't know, consider one of the brave ones. If that makes any kind of sense. But on the other end of that is where you just settle into the feeling, you know, like, hey, at some point in time, it's gonna come, but until then, I'm going to actually make the effort to enjoy this experience. And yes, I know that means that some of the parts in between those rushes of adrenaline that I get, it's gonna be some crappy parts. It's gonna be some gut-wrenching parts. It's gonna be some parts that I'm gonna be questioning stuff like, what is the point of this again? But if you are like me, you know that all of the parts matter. And so whether it is an adrenaline rush part or one of the other parts that is not so appreciated, it's all necessary in order to become a full human being, in order to get all you can out of the experience. You sort of do have to either experience the rough parts on your own, witness them with your eyes, right? Hear them with your ears. You're gonna be exposed in some kind of way. It don't have to be your actual lived experience, but most times you're gonna be exposed in some kind of way, because that's the only way to get the information in you. It's gotta come through one of your senses. It's gotta come through one of your senses. And what, if you can, for the babies, if you can introduce them when it's appropriate, you can save them that shock to their senses, which saves them using some of their life force, right? Because the less you can, the more you can avoid over shocking your nervous system, meaning that you stay in the middle. If you can maintain the middle, that's where your longevity is. Not to the point where you make, like, I think that's what the dream is. The dream is considered when you are levitating in that middle part, and it's just going with the flow, and you feel no anxiety, you don't feel no stress, no depression, you just sort of floating along, and it's sort of jarring because if your nervous system is used to being overstimulated all the time, then you are not used to going with the flow. Like, you have no chill. You don't know how to chill. That's why I say that learning to relax is an art form. It takes skill and practice to learn how to regulate oneself into a state of calm where you are not setting off your nervous system all the time. I think that might be a good place to end right there. I'm going to listen back